Prince of Macedon here, and I'm going to show you a commentary video for Medieval 2 Total War, 4-player free-for-all. Enrico commands the Byzantines. He's over there. The Turkish player, who Enrico told me about, that was supposedly camping, is right here, commanding the Turks. This is Asamala. He's got troops over here, some troops on this hill. Now, I am on the other side. Here's the French army commanded by Worst. And here's me. I am the English in this, so it's pretty cool. We got the English taking on the French, and then on the other side, we've got the Byzantines taking on the Turks. So we got historical rivalries going on in both sides, and I was excited to pit the winner of both rivalries against each other. But anyways, at the start of my battle, I went for a cavalry charge on my opponent's wing here. He had 2 units of cav, and I wanted to just get rid of him. So I kind of blitzkrieged him, and I kind of threw him into disarray. But he's got some noble knights coming, and he's got some more noble knights coming here to charge my armored swords. I saw that happening, so I killed off a unit of English knights to deal with these noble knights, because they would have destroyed my armored swords. Right now they're down to 28 from 60, so they lost more than half of their troops. So that was my commanding unit right there. There's my commander. Scared them away. And then I see these guys coming. I've dealt death to these French noble knights though, so I dealt with them. So now I have all this free cav, and I'm going to use them to charge, excuse me, these guys over here. So I'm going to let these guys wait for a minute. I'm about to get countercharged over here. See this? And this is my general unit, and I lose a lot of guys fighting these noble knights. It's really annoying. But we have quite the battle erupting over here. Even these archers want a piece of the action. Look at that. These dismounted French archers, who by the way are very... Well, yeah, I think they're a bit more pricey than your typical peasant archers. Oh, the sound's going a little hazy, as you can tell. But yeah, the reason why I'm using a Bandicam right now is...
Half the enemy force remains!
Is because, what do you call it? The, fraps always lags when I play Medieval 2. So anyways, I had 2 English knights. Killed the French commander.
We've sent the base
but I sent my English knights around this way because the Turkish player... Where did he go? He had some cav units harassing me. These guys... Actually, he had these guys harassing the French player, and I did not want any of that happening. I wanted to fight the French by myself, so I got rid of them with my English knights. That's one of my pet peeves. I know you can do whatever you want in a free-for-all, but it's kind of annoying when you're fighting your battle, and instead of the other 2 players fighting, one of them decides to take some units to interfere with a battle that's already happening, instead of fighting his opponent, who was right next to him. It's like, why did you put the energy into just annoying somebody else that has nothing to do with your fight? Anyhow, the French player Worst admitted defeat. And now I've got my my mailed knights and my English knights running down these units, getting some experience. So it's not score and resolution, but you can still get experience stats for your units if you kill enough routing units. And that does help out later on. So you just have to rest your guys up. Let's go look at the Turkish Byzantine fight that's about to unfold. So the Byzantine player had to go pretty far to get to the Turkish positions, because the Turkish player was way out here. If you look on the mini-map, see where that deployment is? That's towards the back of his side. So there are some hidden Turkish units in the trees over here. And they got some cav units up here. And then there are some hidden Turkish infantry units here. Somehow they're hiding. It's one of those units that can hide anywhere. But he has quite a few of them hidden. So Enrico is going to send some cavalry through the trees here to flush out hidden units. So here's one hidden unit right here. This is the bodyguard unit. So I don't think he saw it, because do you see how he's still moving away from him? He could have charged these guys. That's the Byzantine cav launching missiles at these bodyguards. So they're gonna peel off, and they're actually gonna try to charge these archers in the back here. Now, tripping on archers, they are top tier Byzantine archers. Definitely not the peasant variety. So Enrico's gonna pull back the units here, try to help out. And we got some Byzantine cavalry in the back, but they're not running though. They should be, because you never want to lose archers unnecessarily. So here they come. But yeah, you can see some of these hidden Turkish units there. Saracen militia, Napatoons, who are basically Molotov throwers. So these guys are going to pull back, as you can see. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm basically regrouping my troops, and I'm marching towards this area right here. You can see me back over there, but that's not important. Let's go look at the Byzantine fight. So Asamala is going to use this free unit of bodyguards, and he's going to get some rear charges. And I'm really surprised that these guys weren't rushing up to help their comrades. Look at the separation between these guys and their frontline troops. So he's going to charge these guys. Honestly, these guys over here, these Sipahis, they're only missile cap, but they can actually do a lot of damage with the rear charges, so they probably should have been up here. Even shooting the backs of these guys, and then also delivering rear charges into them. These Byzantine infantry units are a lot superior to the Ottoman variety. It says the Ottomans are winning this fight, but they're actually not. The Byzantine infantry is winning this fight. So he finally charged, but it was kind of late, way too late, with his Sipahis. So now the rest of the Byzantine cav is up here. Well, most of it is. There's still some back over there. I was just really surprised by how little concern Enrico had for joining this fight with the rest of his troops. Anyways, at around this point, Enrico left the game because of the lag. But you know what the cool thing was? He was the one causing the lag, because once he left, the game got a lot smoother. It was really hard to play with all that lag. So this Byzantine army is now AI controlled. These purple units, they are AI controlled. I had to specify that because some of you don't know who the Byzantines
Only half
are.
the enemy force remains.
So that's going on. And you can see how close I'm getting to the fight. Got these guys. Got my armored swordsmen. Who, these guys, you know, they come a long way. They've come from the other side of the battlefield, but that's how far they've come. So yeah, there are some Turkish units still.
George, our men have slain the enemy general. Without him, his troops will lose their will to fight.
So the Turkish player actually killed the enemy commander, and that is actually going to have a cascading effect on the infantry here. And then this flanking assault, not the greatest one, but it did cause the rest of these Byzantine units to break down. So the Byzantine infantry was doing well until that happened. So these guys are going to break. But there's so many Byzantine units over here. I'm surprised. Usually the AI-controlled army will usually send the rest of his troops into the fight. But here they're just kind of chilling out. They're not really moving. It's really annoying. So you see Asamala, you know, doing some damage to these Byzantine infantry units. But he is gonna bug out soon because he sees me forming up here. Look at that. Look at me forming like the Riders of Rohan. You guys ever see Lord of the Rings?
Only half
I
the
doubt
enemy
it.
force remains.
But I really do like Bandicam. There's like no lag with Medieval 2. And that's why I got Bandicam. So I feel like kind of like a bird of prey, you know, on a high perch, looking at things to eat. And what do we see? We see a variety. We got a lot of Byzantines. We got some flaming hot green units over there. So here's a cool thing. Well, no, it's not cool. Once he breaks these guys, he's gonna run up to that hill back there. And honestly, I don't blame him. He took a lot of casualties fighting the Byzantines. So you're gonna see these guys running away here real soon. Yeah, there they go. And I want to show you my epic charge here, Lord of the Rings style. Watch this. Hold on. See it? Got all my guys lined up. Let's see it. Let's see it, guys. Let's see the epic Peter Jackson style charge. I'm waiting. So was Gondor. Gondor's waiting too. Here we go. Here we go. Look at this. All right, wasn't as epic as I thought, but it's pretty epic, right? So I'm gonna charge this these two Byzantine units. One's an infantry, the other is cav, Bandicam. So the infantry breaks like immediately. But my guys are coming in like a flood to destroy these guys. So, see all these scattered Byzantine cav units? It's gonna be really annoying. Because the AI is not gonna send them after me. I have to chase these units down myself. I'm gonna charge these guys. And while that's happening, I sent my my infantry towards that hill. So I'm gonna use my infantry to fight the Turkish player, Asamala. See him on top of the hill. And I'm gonna use my cavalry to defeat the AI-controlled Byzantines. So it's really annoying, especially with the pathfinding here. I try to charge these guys, but they get away. Honestly, a horse that's worth its worth would just run down these tents. It wouldn't stop at a tent. They could trample those things. But yeah, I'm gonna chase these Byzantine horsemen up here. I'm gonna lose a lot of horses doing it. But you're gonna find out these guys will be a thorn in my side, and it's gonna make the battle last a whole lot longer than it should. See these Vardaryatai. So it's missile cap here. But here, luckily I have them at the borderline, so they can't retreat that way. They'll have to go sideways. So I've got what 30 English knights taking on 35 Vardaryatai. So that's going on, and I got my other English knights charging uphill against these guys. These guys will get away. See this unit of 30? They're going to stop right about here, and they're going to be here for the rest of the battle. It's so annoying, and I don't see them till later on. But yeah, I charge these guys. It seems my knights are losing to the Byzantine cavalry, but the Byzantines finally break. And because they're right next to the border, there's no time for them to recuperate. And again, it says the Byzantine cavalry is beating my English knights. I'm outnumbered, but not by much. You would think a melee specialist unit like English Knights could take these guys on, but alas, I had to rely on my reinforcements to go after them. Meanwhile, here comes my charge uphill. So I got my infantry fighting uphill against the human player. And I am wary that he has Sapahis behind me, ready for rear charges. So I'm going to interject with these armored swords. And he's going to charge into them. So an uphill charge with missile cav isn't going to go so well against my infantry at this point. So my guys will cut them down. But yeah, luckily I split up my army because this battle would have taken way too long if I didn't. And there we slew the Ottoman commander. So Turkish player has lost his units up here, and it's very soon he's gonna admit defeat. But for the most part, his battle is done. I want to go back to this hill. Oh wait. So remember how I said those Byzantine cav units were really spread out? So yeah, here they are, still spread out. It's so annoying that I have to chase after these guys like this. My English Knights are exhausted. Let's see. But they do manage to rout those Byzantine cav units over there. But up here over here, I had to charge these dismounted Latin cons. They were not moving. They were AI controlled. They weren't doing anything. And I see another Byzantine flag over here. See that? So since everything else is AI controlled, sorry, my back is hurting, my neck. Let me start fast forwarding this, but it's really time consuming. I typically don't like fast forwarding, but since it's AI controlled, whatever. If I charge those guys over there, they break. Unfortunately, this is gonna take a while. So when I see that the battle's not ending yet, it's like crap. There is a hidden unit somewhere. So before I get to that stage, I want to chase off these routing units. Just for, you know, whatever purposes. I'm actually gonna charge these guys right here. The dismounted lancers. But yeah, I've got cavalry units dispatched all over this map, looking for routing units, and then hopefully they'll find where the hidden units are. I already know it's a Byzantine unit because the other players admitted defeat already. Riders of Rohan, guys. So that unit's gone. I look at the mini map. I see that there is a unit on top. But here, did you notice that this red blip just appeared? This is a pretty cool option, and well, it's not an option. It's a thing. It's a feature. Sorry. So you can't hide units forever because that would be really annoying. So even though I can't see that unit, the map indicator did tell me there is a hidden unit on this side. And I think they do that to prevent people from just hiding units all over the battlefield, because a battle can take forever. Even if you win, the enemy could be hiding units, but at least there, they have a mini-map which will tell you there's a hidden unit. But yeah, you have to clear away the other units before you see them. If that makes sense. So I had this rider up here coming. And we're gonna get rid of these guys before they leave. They were so close to the border, too. I don't feel sorry for them. They did. So way back on the other side of the battlefield, guys. Way back here on the other side of the battlefield. You can see my infantry here. So I sent out a unit to look for the hidden unit. Unfortunately, I only have 9 units in this mailed knight unit against 30 Vardaratarara. And obviously his guys are going to win this fight. My guys are exhausted. And his guys are 30 versus my 9, so of course I was going to lose that. So I sent 2 more units, including my commander. Because I can't quite see what's over there because I'm too lazy to zoom in. Where are they at? Here they are. So my English Knights have 14. My other unit has 7. So my commander is going to go right into the action. And I lose my commander before the battle's over.
Perhaps our chances of victory with it.
I'm cursed, guys. This battle is pretty much mopping up, and I still lose my commander. So now, he has 21 men. Now I got my 2 exhausted cavalry units that were chasing the Turkish units over there. Oh, were they Turkish? No, they're Byzantine. So now I have to use tactics to beat this AI-controlled unit. I'm so annoyed by that. So I'm going to pincer it. I'm going to send units up this way and another unit up the other way. So my units are exhausted. So I just find it really insulting that I have to use tactics against the AI here. But it's the only way to get rid of these guys, because my guys are exhausted and the rest of my troops are really far behind. I even sent my English or my dismounted armored swordsmen out in case my cav failed. So here we go. So that's what it is. Alright, here goes my charge. They are in position. Yep. Here we go. Then I got my other cav coming from the other side. Now my guys are exhausted, as I said, but at least we got these guys surrounded now. That should break these guys immediately. Maybe not immediately. But yeah,
the battle is very
pleased with using Bandicam. It does not take as much space up as Fraps does. But I'm still going to use Fraps for Rome Total War, but for Medieval 2, I'll be using this. When I play chess, I'll be using Bandicam. Because when I play chess, I like to use Facecam. I can intimidate my opponents with my appearance. So yeah, this was a last man standing battle. I already told you guys I swore off of playing Scored Resolution in Medieval 2 because Scored Resolution in Medieval 2 is so flawed. 2 reasons. One, do you see those numbers in parentheses? Those are captures. This game punishes you for kicking the crap out of your opponents. If you beat your opponents too fast, they break, and then you run them down, you will not take credit for that. That will count as a capture. Whereas if somebody else takes a long time fighting their opponents, they will get more kills than you do. So, there was that one battle where I killed, like, the most people on top of my captures, and I was the last person standing. And on top of that, everyone admitted defeat. Now, there's a glitch in the game where you admit defeat in a scored resolution, you will finish on top of the person who's still in the game. So even though I kicked the most butt, and even though I was the last person standing, I was in last place at the end because everyone admitted defeat. So you got the glitch in scored resolution in Medieval 2, and you also have the flawed scoring system, which is why I will never ever play scored resolution in Medieval 2. It is so broken, guys. Anyways, good game to everybody here. I hope you guys enjoyed the battle.